Hello everyone, it's day 58. Today I looked at a lot of videos off of Caleb Curry's playlist on JavaScript on YouTube that I shared yesterday. I went over nested loops just because for my CS50 homework, that pattern problem, like I got it right, but like I low-key got it right on accident. And like, so I realized the whole nested for loops, like I understand like how a nested for loop works, but when it comes to like how you manipulate it to like make a triangle, have different shapes and all that part, like didn't really get that one. So I was like, let me take a deeper dive into that. So he had some pretty good explanations on it. So that was cool. I also went over using labels with break and continue. Like, you know, when you have like a for loop, you can either put break or continue if you want to skip the loop after it meets a certain condition, but you can actually label the outer loop so that you can like skip the whole thing if you want to or whatever, which I've never used one before, but I've seen it in like a couple examples or whatever. So he explained that. Also went over the date function, and like I know how to like create a date, but as far as like solving problems regarding dates, I never went into that. I actually was doing some problems on Edabit, and it was a question, the function, create a function that takes in a date. And I think it's, that takes a date as a parameter, and you have to return true if it's Christmas Eve or false if it's not, or something like that or whatever. So I realized like I knew how to like set a date, but like that was it. So yeah. Also started to go over functions. He has like 10 videos on functions, so I only watched a couple of those so far. I'll pick up tomorrow. Also, while I was going along, he is like kind of old school a little bit. He does it in the console for the most of it, or he like writes on the chalkboard. So I just opened up a CodePen just out of convenience, and like I probably wrote like today probably 15 CodePens just on little snippets of information or whatever, like how you go about doing something, just for my reference. Yeah, I already touched on Edabit. Oh, for Edabit, by the way, you can set the difficulty of the questions. I set mine for intermediate just because I've made programs using JavaScript, but for me, I haven't like practiced problems like that. I know most people probably the exact opposite. They like go through the whole free code camp and then they do problem projects after the fact, but I'm a little backwards. Which is different just because like JavaScript to make a website is different than JavaScript just to solve like a problem, because like unless you have that specific problem and you implement it in your website, some stuff you just would never use. Like that was my problem. So that's why I'm all into like problem solving algorithms. I'm on this problem solving kick right now. I also went back to Free Code Camp. I had stopped at the basic. Well, for me, I skipped around. Like I would do a section, then I would like skip a whole section. I don't know. So I went back to the basic algorithm scripting section. I had only done like 3 problems in that section. So I went back and started solving those. My intent is to finish the JavaScript certificate or whatever. I don't learn from Free Code Camp. I use it as like homework, I guess, if that makes sense. Like I watch videos, read documentation or whatever. That's like the lecture. Free Code Camp is more like the stuff your teacher assigned you to do for practice when you get home. Like, I don't know, for whatever reason, that one little page is not enough to teach me something for Free Code Camp, but I don't know, teach their own. Also picked up a book, ordered on Amazon, called Algorithms to Live By, The Computer Science of Human Decisions. It's really good reviewed on Amazon. I actually saw somebody on Twitter post a screenshot of the audio book of it. But I just looked, the book was only like $15 on Amazon. So I went ahead and picked it up. It's about explaining algorithms, but like applying it to real life examples, which I'm a real life person. So like I'll understand something better if you like break it down into like the more common sense explanation, or more practical explanation, whatever. I've learned that about myself. So I don't know. So I'm gonna see what that's about. Actually, it says it's 1-day shipping, supposed to deliver tomorrow. So if it doesn't come too late, I'll probably start reading tomorrow, see what it's about. I also ordered Think Like a Programmer, but Amazon, you let me down on this one. It says it won't deliver to like the 27th. Like, what kind of prime delivery is that? Anyway, side note. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I did today. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna pick back up on the functions videos, like I said. Still play around with Edibit. Oh, one thing, if you haven't used Edibit, there's a search bar at the top. You can just put in like a topic, like arrays, dates, and it'll just give you a list of problems. So you either have like date as the keyword or whatever, because like each problem has like a little box under it that tells you like the key concepts that that question is regarding or whatever. So that's cool. If like, you know, you have to work on one certain thing, you can just screen for those type of problems rather than just getting a random one or whatever. Or you can just keep hitting next challenge. It just gives you a grab bag of whatever. But yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. I'm also going to go over Dom and the bomb, and I don't know. I need to work on my portfolio. I keep saying that, but I keep putting it off. So, but yeah, overall, good day. Good Friday.